As time's gone on, we've seen less and less of it.
JP with a flip, Max Schiavone the assist, and they got him at first base!
Wow.
How in the world?
Look at Miles wants to turn around and admire that. Well, a couple things. First of all, we talked about being prepared, right? And a situation like this, I guarantee you, before the pitch is thrown, you're thinking, okay, it's to my left, to my right, how much time do I have? I guarantee you, this thought to flip
we
that.
hit a whole bunch of home runs, but I'm going to be honest, that play that I just showed you there might have been the most exciting part of the game. JP had no business catching that, no business flipping it to Masterboni, and no business flipping it over to first base. That shouldn't have happened. There's no way that should have happened, and it's absolutely ridiculous that it did, but I'm happy it did. Julio hit a leadoff, Julio hit a leadoff home run. Jorge Polanco back-to-back jacks with him in the first inning. It was 6-0 after one. Luis Castillo had an amazing start. We just strung together at bats. We strung together plate appearances. We got on base. Yeah, we struck out 6 times with 3 of them coming from Julio. Mitch Garver hit his first home run of the season. In the end, we were having a position player pitching. Sanaja from who gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. He has a 10.13 ERA. Issuing 2 walks, striking out no one. Would have been funny if the position player struck somebody out. It's always funny when a position player gets a strikeout. This guy only has 35 at bats this season and 82 career regular season at bats, so it is what it is. But Troy Taylor came back up, pitched a really good inning. Remember, he came up, he was not great, and he has options left. He has 2 options left, so he went back down. Legumia, great. Sauce actually did well. He had a strikeout. Everybody except Troy Taylor had a strikeout. Troy Taylor lowered his ERA from like 90 to 27. Really good. I did see some people on the Mariners subreddit complaining that Julio, in the end of it, had no batting gloves on when we were up 13 or 12, 13 or 14 and nothing, and was complaining that Julio did that. And it was like, yeah, he took bearable, but it's like he was just having fun. He was just having fun. Let the man have fun. I saw some amazing stuff. 2-out RBI from Williamson, Masterboni, and Garver. Yeah. We left some runners in scoring position. We left 8 on base. We had 1 fielding error in the entire game, which was Norby with the drop foul ball, which was just funny because I was like, yeah, it's gonna be an out. Oh, he dropped it. It's an error. That's gonna be a different thing. Ben Williamson had 5 at bats, 2 hits, 4 RBI, and a run scored, bringing his batting average up to 3.1. Or .310. So this man, he's been in the majors for like a week, and I think he's going to be here for a while between second and third base. He's not going to play short, but I absolutely think this is somebody who's going to have a future on the team. Mitch Garver is your backup catcher who can pinch hit when Cal comes out in a blowout game. Perfectly acceptable. Yeah, he's up to 227 on the season, so he's actually almost batting as well as Cal. But just after last season where he was not batting well, I think that's great. Randy's struggling again with a batting average, but everything else is great. Like, the other metrics are great. The issue we have is Donovan Solano with a 100 batting average, and his OPS is finally above the Mendoza line. He got a hit last night, which I was shocked by, because, Solano is probably going to have to play first base for a couple of days, because Rowdy Tellez is going to be in a lot of pain. He took a really nasty hit by pitch on the hand. His x-rays came back negative, but it looked painful. Like, to the point where I didn't know if he'd even come back for, like, 2 weeks. Unfortunate news, before the game, the Mariners did find out that Logan Gilbert has a mild flexor strain in his arm, in his throwing arm, which could be anything from a grade 1 flexor strain to needing Tommy John surgery, and I don't want that. But he could be back in a month, he could be back in 2027. We don't know yet. We genuinely don't know. We'll find out more in 2 weeks when he's reevaluated, but he will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. Luke Raley, 3 for 3 yesterday. 3 for 3 with a walk. So on base 4 times in 4 plate appearances. That's video game numbers. Like, yeah, it happens every once in a while. But Luke Raley doing that is absolutely amazing, and I'm super happy for him. In terms of what the Marlins did, they didn't do much. They had 31 at bats. We had 37 plus another. We had 44 plate appearances. They had 33. 7 strikeouts for our pitching. So the strikeouts are down. The strikeouts for the Mariners are down. Yes, there are some times where we strike out 18 times in a game. But overall, as a median and as an average, they are down, with home runs being up, on base being up, small ball being utilized. We have more sac flies this year than we had all of the previous 2 seasons combined. Previous 2 seasons we had like 3 total, and we have like 5 so far this year. We've got sac bunts. We had a bunt base hit last night, which was just like, wow, that's pretty epic. I love that. But a lot of stuff went well, and if the Mariners continue that pace of drop the first game of the series, win the rest of the series, everything's going to go well. That does mean that the Mariners end up in the postseason, potentially even as the number 1 team in the AL, depending on how that goes. I don't think this is sustainable, simply because it's a 162-game season, and the law of averages means that eventually you're probably going to lose 3 or 4 in a row. Eventually you're probably going to win 3 or 4 or 5 or 13 in a row. You could also lose 13 in a row. In fact, I think the White Sox, I have to look at the White Sox, but I don't think they're doing well. But yeah, so great game from the Mariners yesterday. All around. Defense, offense, starting pitching. We got everything yesterday.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy54361. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436@gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.